God is love. It's the feeling I get when I look at Rebekah. That to me is love.
Oh my gosh. What do I love about Javan? There are literally so many things. Obviously, he's gorgeous.
Oh man, I love Rebekah's eyes. She's got some big old brown eyes. I think from the first time I looked in, I can't describe the feeling.
When I first met him, the one thing that stood out to me the most was his smile.
She was all the way and unapologetically a woman, and I could either get with it or move on.
He is a person who is not very guarded. And so you can see a lot of his personality, a lot of his spirit, a lot of his emotion through his smile. Like most girls, I grew up thinking about marriage. And I think when I got to college, I started being a little bit more cynical.
I mean, there's statistics now that, 50% of marriages, are going to fail. And, people have asked me, why are you going to get married when there's, potential to fail?
I started thinking like, maybe I don't actually need to get married. Like maybe that's not something that I need to do. That pretty much changed the first time I saw Javan.
People ask me like, how did you know Rebekah? And I was just like, you'll know.
I think the first time I saw him walking across the pit, I maybe called my sister a couple hours later and I was like, Francis, I met my husband. And I didn't say like my future baby daddy. I didn't say like, this really handsome guy. I was like, I met my husband. I was just so sure of it. I was so sure that I was going to marry this man the first time I saw him. And obviously I was right.
She is surprisingly silly, but she's always cool, so she'll never let, people on to that.
I think he's a goofball. He makes me laugh, even with his corny jokes.
I appreciate her in ways that she'll never know. Plus, she bad, man. She her skin too. When she put the shea butter blends on stuff on it, what?
I don't think you can properly love somebody without letting go of some of those things that we do by nature to kind of protect ourselves. And when you think about God's love, I'm assuming it wasn't easy to let his son die for us.
There's a verse in Ephesians that comes to mind for me. It symbolizes how deep God's love is. It's so immeasurable. It's more than we could ask or imagine. The only consistent thing in this life is him. And I think that kind of using him as our foundation. And that's why I hope that you'll pray for us as well as we, try to make good on that promise to one another. That we really build that foundation on him.
Love is the most important thing in the world. I think it is what's going to save this world. But I think in order for us to actually use it, we have to, lose some of that selfishness and lose some of that natural propensity to protect ourselves, to really love and to really allow ourselves to be loved by someone else.
We have plans to transform the world, and we don't make any apologies about that. It's everything is not right.
I'm convinced that he and I are going to change the world. I don't know how yet, but I'm convinced that we will.
I'm really looking forward to the moment she walks out in her wedding dress. When her father, when he walks her up the aisle and presents her, I think that is one of the few times that, your past, your present, and your future kind of meet all at one time. I'm trying not to get emotional, you know what I'm saying, but I can't make no promises.
We've been together for almost 6 years, and I've seen him cry like 3 times. So I'm looking forward to seeing that side of him again. It's really nice to see that emotional side of him.
That's a recognition of him looking at me as a peer and as a man to say, you're worthy. And man, that's gonna be something. So I hope to live up to that moment, and that's something I'm really looking forward to.